Evening, fellow classmates. I am currently living in Wildwood, Florida, which is surrounded by the villages, Florida's friendliest hometown. And mark my words, that is a joke to most who have worked and many who have lived in the villages. I wanted to tell all of you how sorry I am for not being able to attend our 50th class reunion, as I have looked forward to it for quite some time. Since I couldn't attend due to my car accident, I thought I would share from Florida my memories of Southeast High. One of my first memories was when I tried out for majorette. In my ignorance at that time, I chose a very inappropriate song for my routine, of which I could tell the judges picked up on immediately. I felt, as a result, karma struck me, and I caught my 20-foot baton toss with the large baton end right in my eye socket. Needless to say, I was not chosen to be a majorette that year. I also remember driver's ed class on the day that we had to drive on Interstate 76, and the coach asked if I had ever driven on the interstate before, because I was passing semi-trucks in the construction zone as if they were standing still with no signs of distress. But in reality, I was scared to death and couldn't wait until I could get the hell off that road. I remember going TPing with some of our fellow students, only to in the Robinson Memorial Emergency Room after one of my friend's brothers ran into a barbed wire fence. It is sad to admit that most of my memories are emotionally traumatic. Of course, there were other good times, like hanging out in the band room to skip a class or two, getting new band uniforms, attending band camp, and twirling fire batons at homecoming. But to end this on a better note, my fondest memory was the junior-senior prom of '74, when Stu Bryant proposed to me. Now, over 50 years later, our firstborn daughter, Shannon Kimberly, was born in July of '75 in Havre de Grace, Maryland, while Stu was in AIT at Aberdeen Proving Grounds. Unfortunately, she is no longer with us, as she passed away August 7, 2021, with complications from COVID. After Stu's tenure in the Army in Fort Lewis, Washington, we moved back to Ohio, where our son Stuart Richard was born. In Ravenna in November of '79, and our first child, Crystal Dawn, was also born in Ravenna in April of '85. In 1990, we moved to Florida to escape the cold and have been stuck here ever since. Now, I have 6 grandchildren and 1 great-grandson, Kai, with an expected delivery date next month. You know how they say it could only happen in Florida? Well, it's true. The traumatic drama has continued from the time we arrived in 1990 and still continues today. I have always had to be the pillar that held things together in the family. Starting my career as a key punch operator and finishing as a business analyst, developing a state health exchange, when laid off in 2012 due to a contract breach for Lions, and then I became disabled by a stroke only 7 months later. Shortly thereafter, I decided to go to college and get an AS in computer programming, and later a BA in human services, both that never got put to use. When I said my wedding vows 50 years ago, in sickness and in health, I had no idea what I was in for. Stuart has beaten all odds and exceeded his 9 lives. He battled cancer, suffered through a broken neck, a blocked artery, and 8 abdominal surgeries. My family is sure proof that miracles do happen if you wait on them. I have learned more about wound care, our justice system, hope, and faith over the years than you could ever imagine. My family members have experienced several unexpected legal matters, a child abduction, arrests, and incarcerations, and now I am being sued for injuries of a man who was sighted at the scene and clearly did not yield the right-of-way while pulling out in front of me, totaled my car, cracked my sternum and 2 ribs, and gave me a traumatic brain injury. But I am the one being sued for his injuries. Figure that one out. It could only happen. I plan to have my second hip replaced next month. I can't wait to get rid of this pain. Then maybe I can actually take a vacation from this paradise in which we live. Before I go, I want to thank all those who worked so hard to make sure we would have a 50th class reunion. I would like to make a toast to the class of 1975 and all of our futures. Cheers to each and every one of us.